Good morning, students. The next agricultural practices are harvesting, threshing, and winnowing. About this, you have already studied in your previous classes. Harvesting is the process of cutting and gathering a crop. Okay, and it is usually done with the help of a sickle, that is cutting the crops. When the crops are matured, they are cut and they are gathered. That is called as harvesting. It is done either manually, okay, with the help of hands by means of sickles. Manually it is done by means of sickles or by some mechanical machines like harvester, okay, either by sickles or by harvesters. See children, you will have to learn all the tools which are used in various agricultural practices. Clear? Like harvesting is done by sickles or harvesters. Then you know what is the process of threshing. Threshing means the separation of grains from the harvested crops. Once the crop is harvested, the grain has to be separated, okay, from the crop, and this procedure is called as threshing. Then you have got, and how is threshing done? Threshing is done by using with the help of thresher or a combine. Okay. Then the process of separating the grain from the chaff, and that is done with the help of wind, and that is called as winnowing. Okay. This also you have studied. Then what happens is the stem is cut into small pieces and they are stored as hay in haystacks, and that is given to the cattle as the food. And hay which is given to the cattle is called as fodder. That means the food. You must have seen the cows, the buffaloes, the farmers, they give the food to the cows and buffaloes, okay, and what is that called as? That food which is given to the cattle is called as fodder. So what is fodder? Fodder is the food which is given to the cattle, or the hay which is given to the cattle. What are hay? Hay is the stem, okay, which has been harvested, the stem, and which is cut into small pieces, that is given to the cattle as the fodder. Clear? Now once this harvesting, threshing and winnowing is done, what do you get? You get the grains. Okay, you get the grains, and after you get the grain, what has to be done? The next procedure is, the final procedure is the storage. Okay, now the grains which are obtained by threshing, they are dried in the open. It is put in the open and it is dried. Why it is dried? So that the microorganisms do not grow on them. And then these dried grains are stored in very big containers, okay, and the containers can be in the bins or in the jute bags. And when this storage is done on a large scale, okay, the storage of grains on a large scale is done in granaries and silos. And what are granaries and silos? Silos, see, it is here. It is the diagram, it is given. See, they are very big storage centers. Okay, silos are very big containers in which grains are stored. And granaries are the places where the grains are stored. Okay, so children's storage is very, very important, and the grains should be dry when it is stored. Otherwise, if the grains are not dry, what will happen? Moisture and humidity will grow, and the fungi and the molds will start growing on the grains. So there should be no moisture and humidity. It should be totally dry. Clear, children? So with this we have completed the agricultural practices. I hope, children, that all these agricultural practices are clear to all of you. Okay, then this improvement of crops. Now you have to do, see, the population of our country is very, very high, and it is increasing at a fast rate. So agricultural products also has to improve, or you can say that it has to increase. You all have studied that there are two seasons for cultivating crops. One is the Rabi and the Kharif. Rabi is the winter crop, okay, which is when it is put in the between the between November to April, that is during winter season. Okay, and Kharif crops are between June to October, that is when the crops which are grown during summer and monsoon season. This also you have already studied. Now there are some factors which are responsible for increased production of crops. That is, how can you increase the production of crops? Okay, how can you increase the production of crops? By using better varieties of seeds or the crops developed by plant breeding. Then you can improve the soil fertility by using fertilizers. This also you have studied here in my previous videos. I explained you. Then protection of the plants from pest by using pesticides, control of plant diseases, and better storage facilities. So if we take care of all these things, we can get better and increased production of crops. Now nowadays there is one more technique which is called as hybridization. Now see, any one single variety of plant, it will not possess all the characters. Okay, so now what happens is hybridization is done. What is hybridization is? Hybridization is done by crossing two or more varieties having the desired genes. That means, for example, if you take a crop, one crop must be having very good yield. Very good yield means उसका production बहुत ज़्यादा होता होगा, उसमें grains बहुत ज़्यादा होते होंगे, ठीक है. And the another plant of wheat must be a very healthy plant, ठीक है. So one plant of wheat, it is having good production. That means it produces lots of grains. And another type of wheat plant, it is very healthy. That means the seeds which are produced are very healthy. So what they do is, in hybridization, they take both the plants and crossing is done. Okay, the crossing, these are done under special conditions. Okay, so crossing of two or more varieties is done. So then what happens? The new variety which is produced, the next plant which is produced, it will have the qualities of both the plants. That means lots of wheat will be produced, as well as the wheat produced will be a healthy plant. So I hope, children, that hybridization is clear to all of you. Okay, hybridization means crossing two or more varieties which have desired genes. Okay, जिसको हमारी मर्जी के हिसाब से जो अच्छे plants हो उसको लिया जाता है. So what will happen? It will give the maximum yield and utility. And when the plant is crossbred with a better yielding variety or is hybridized, a new daughter plant is produced which combines the qualities of both the parents. Just now I explained. The new daughter plant which is produced, it will have the qualities of both the plants. Okay, children. So this is called as hybridization. And then you have got crop rotation and mixed cropping. This I will explain in the next video. Till here, please read the chapter. Thank you.